Welcome back. Figures released recently by the Jamaica Association of Composers, Authors and Publishers, JACAP, suggest that Jamaican radio is playing only about 20% of the island's music. Of the 94.6 million the agency collected in 2015 after admin fees were deducted, only 7 million was paid out to Jamaican members, while 32 million went to foreigners. But is that the truth about what dominates Jamaican radio? And are these numbers reflective of music consumption on the island? To help us right now, right here on stage with these questions, Miss Lydia Rose from JACAP. Miss Rose, so good to have you. Welcome.
Thank you for having me, and thank you.
Okay. Are these numbers reflective of consumption of music in Jamaica?
Yes, they are. They're actually reflective of what is being played by, and I must say, fully compliant radio stations. But when we pay out, we not only use the logs or the information from the radio stations, we also use from DJs when they play in the sound system atmosphere, and also other logs that when we go and we audit parties, those logs are used as well. So we are not only paying out on what is played on radio.
So the fully compliant radio stations,
right.
What percentage of the radio stations are compliant?
I would say at this point, 70% after we took some to court.
Okay, so you pushed some to become
compliant, yes.
Okay, so, all right, so how do you measure the who's playing and how do you measure what they're playing?
We do have a monitoring system,
yes,
right, that actually picks up at any point in time what is being played on our 31 media houses that we have. And studies have shown that usually what is popular on radio is what pertains throughout.
So this is a device, an electronic device?
An electronic device.
That is monitoring all of them
all
at the same
stations,
time?
All at the same time, 24 hours.
Okay. So, and how do you measure the space, the physical dancehall space, the sound systems, and the clubs and the various places
well,
that
we're
are
not
playing
able
music?
to monitor clubs, right? But for sound system, there are DJs, they use a popular equipment called Serato.
Yes.
And Serato actually stores what is played. So we will at times ask the DJs based on what is paid by the promoter for those songs from their system, and we use those logs as well to pay out on.
All right, so when you match up what radio stations are playing with what people are actually consuming, you're saying the numbers are not different? 70% of our people are consuming foreign music? Many ways people consume music.
Right.
Not necessarily listening to the radio. For example,
no,
kids will use their Walkman.
And YouTube.
Their iPod.
All the digital formats.
All
right
these
now.
formats,
Right.
YouTube, whatever.
Right.
And the physical space.
Right.
They go to a corner shop.
Right.
Where, in Jamaica, music is being played everywhere.
But all corner shops now, they actually use radio.
Yes.
Right? If you go into a bar, inadvertently you're going to see a radio or a little CD player. Right? So
No, I'm talking about the dances, the ones that string up the sound system and play the record for everybody to hear it in the community. Loud and powerful. So this is what I'm saying. Do you really have measurement of that?
No, we don't.
Okay, so
No,
we don't know then what percentage of Jamaicans, what is the dominant genre of consumption in music in Jamaica, do we?
Well, from where we sit, right, I could not answer that question to say we have actually done a study and based on what is played in certain communities as against what is played on radio, that the dominant genre is X.
Right.
We haven't done that study.
So it's not a conclusion that...
It's not a conclusion.
That foreign music is what we're consuming most
No.
of.
We can only conclude that we pay out, which is why I stressed what we pay out on is mostly pop.
Well, why is this so, though? Explain it for me. Why do you suppose pop music in Jamaica is garnering most of the airplay on radio? And pop music is not genre specific.
No.
It can be anything that's popular. Even with
Right.
dancehall laced records that are
Right.
made overseas. Is it the demand of the listeners? Or is it that they think that's what people want to hear?
Well, media houses will state that when they do their study, that is what they want to hear. But actually, in fact, I think from where we sit and for what we see is happening, the DJs who play on radio, if we call them DJs, are who are dictating what is to play. Because most radio stations now don't have a library system where you can submit your music and then it is decided that it can be played. The DJs, they go with their pouch and the format that they want to play. And that is what is
So
dominating.
It's totally up to the DJ.
At this point, from where we sit, that's what we are seeing happening.
So how is Irie FM factored into this? Because they're all Jamaican music. And isn't the Irie number one?
Irie is number one.
Yes.
However, as I said before, based on what we pay out, Irie is not fully compliant.
Oh, okay.
Right. So, in fact, we can't pay out based on what Irie would have played because they are not fully compliant.
Oh,
we actually have a court case with Irie right now.
Right now?
Yes.
I got you. So, but the number one station, that isn't light, even though they're not compliant,
Right.
and you and so on. But the little light in all of this
Right.
is that the number one station in
Yeah.
Jamaica is an all reggae dancehall station.
It's
It's an all local music station, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So the jury's still out as to what most Jamaicans are really consuming.
Exactly. So we can only speak, as I said, from what we pay out.
Okay. How do you decide who gets what? What
Okay.
share of the collected revenue?
I spoke before about our monitoring system, which is BMAT, okay? So BMAT and logs, actual physical logs from radio stations, because what we have also found out is that, going back to what you are saying and alluding to about the dominant genre, which is dancehall, let's say reggae, that will encompass all our genres in Jamaica. A lot of our writers are not registering their songs. Okay? So when you spoke to the figures of us paying out 32 million and 7 million, there was in fact a 23 million which we call pending identification, which makes up the 94, because our admin fee was only 30%. So from that 23 million, there's a lot of songs that are not registered. So when our BMAT system, when we monitor, is not able to pick up and match
yes, a
those
big chunk
songs.
of the industry
is informal.
Is informal.
Right.
And nobody's registering properly.
Right.
And so on. So there's no real copyright owner. They're just playing, their records are out and they're not labeling.
Yeah, proper labeling when they submit to the radio station is also a problem.
Yes.
Right? Or
so that
sometimes
23 million is there waiting for people to
be identified. And what we would do, we will manually listen to it and try and identify the songs.
Oh. All right. So recently you released, you sent out a release.
Right.
Declaring Taurus Riley the most successful, the artist that earned the most money in 2015, right?
We had 3 songwriters who we recognized as earning the most in 2015. It was Taurus Riley.
He topped the list.
It was Arif Cooper, and it was Reggie Williams.
Okay. So those are the 3 top
Those are the 3 top earners.
And is that based on figures from overseas as well? So you collect on their behalf?
It is based on incoming royalties, because a lot of time the nation doesn't know that we actually earn foreign exchange. So we contribute to the economy because money that comes in from BMI, which is other society, ASCAP, PRS, all over the world. Through reciprocal, we represent our members. So they will send whatever they collect when our member music is played throughout the world, just as we would send overseas. Because a lot of time persons are saying, why should we pay, like hotels, if we are playing like a Michael Jackson or a Whitney Houston song? But we have the responsibility to collect on those persons' estate behalf and submit to their society, who they are members of.
Reciprocity.
Right.
Take the opportunity to speak to them now about changing the informality in the business.
Well, JACAP's mandate is to ensure that copyright is protected for all our members, right? And as I said, our members is not only local. And what we would say to all persons who create intellectual property, not only copyright, is that you're to ensure that you register. Because we also have issues where one person will register and another person will say, no, you don't have that much interest in the song. So we also have difficulties at the stage of the recording of the song. Okay. So we are telling persons that they're to ensure that whatever their interest is in a song when it is being created at the point of creation, that they are to ensure that it is recorded, it is written down, like a contract.
Lydia, so nice to have you.
Yes.
We have to have you back.
Please.
You should continue to tell us about copyrights and how our intellectual properties can be leveraged and how we can earn more from it, because I don't think we're just beginning to scratch the surface on it.
Yes, I would love to be back, because copyright in and of itself it's just dynamic. But I want to leave with your listener that they are to think when they think of using someone's property. A song is a property. And for us to continue building the industry and for the industry to continue providing these fabulous songs that we listen to, the writers need to collect so they can continue to produce.
All right, stay with us. Still to come, Black Man.
A black man, the black one.
The Black Man of dancehall. And what brings a former Miss Universe and host of Caribbean's Next Top Model to Jamaica at this time. And Shaggy, wow. He talks 2016 in music. All coming up right here on stage. Thanks for watching our video. If you're not yet a subscriber, click now and be on stage. Always.